Brandon Dillard, CEO of A-List Smiles, charged with practicing dentistry without a license in Atlanta. Translation: Brandon Dillard was a veneer tech, and not only was he doing people's dental work, he was also hosting classes. And to be completely honest, it's not even the veneer tech's fault anymore. It's the people. Are y'all ready to talk about it? Let's juice.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beef for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love.
Brandon Dillard, the self-proclaimed CEO of A-List Smiles, was charged with practicing dentistry and installing veneers without a license. He had a prolific presence on social media. Georgia authorities shut down an illegal dental practice owned and operated by a man who called himself the CEO of A-List Smiles. Brandon Dillard practiced dentistry and performed veneer installation and maintenance services without a license from January 8th, 2021 to September 23rd, 2024. Michael Hill II, Assistant Chief Investigator for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, wrote in a criminal complaint obtained by USA Today. Dillard used his business Instagram page at A-List Brandon to market himself and advertise his services, Hill wrote. He would share images and short-form videos of him personally performing the veneer installations to his 158,000 followers, according to the complaint. In certain posts, he would even advertise the raffle contest for the $5,500 veneer procedures. Some of Dillard's posts would also advertise veneer training courses offered by him, where he accepts payments of up to $6,000 to train other non-licensed individuals to practice dentistry in Georgia, Hill wrote. Dillard has additional social media accounts, including TikTok, where he shares similar posts performing veneer installations, he added. Dillard does not have a valid license to practice dentistry in Georgia from the Georgia Board of Dentistry, according to Hill. It is unclear if Dillard currently has legal representation. Brandon Dillard is not a dentist. He is currently being held in Fulton County Jail on 8 charges, including 4 counts of felony practicing dentistry without a license, 2 counts of theft by deception, and 1 count of criminal solicitation to commit a felony. Also, 1 count of violation of the Georgia Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations, or RICO Act, inmate records show. Brandon Dillard is not a dentist. He's never been a dentist, and as much as he may want to play one on Instagram, he is not one. Fulton County Deputy District Attorney Will Wooten told WSB TV. Fulton County District Attorney investigators and Atlanta police raided the offices of A-List Smiles Atlanta and arrested Dillard on Thursday. WSB TV reported, citing Wooten. If you went to this and you thought it was a dental office and you looked around and looked at the equipment, it appears to be legitimate, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis told the Atlanta-based TV station. But that's what the best fraudsters do, is they do everything they can to make themselves look legitimate. And in this case, this is an illegitimate operation. The problem is the consequences are to one's health. Willis is requesting all current and former patients of Dillard to come forward, as well as the people who he trained, as they too could be criminally charged if they are practicing dentistry without a license. They were enticing people to come in to take those classes so that you could get rich too. But you are getting rich doing something that's completely illegal, Willis said, per WSB TV. We have had dentists, not just locally, but from outside the state, also come and report that they were concerned about their patients who have received services at this location and the long-term effects of damages. You guys, this is a thing. This is an epidemic that is happening on social media. There are veneer techs all over America advertising on social media and are putting people's health at risk. So this is something very, very serious. And like I said, at this point, it's not the veneer tech, it's the people, because social media is so powerful. It has us all running down to social media to find actual doctors, when we all know most doctors do not reside on social media. Take a quick look at this news clip regarding this situation, and I'll come back with a little bit of commentary. Check it out.
A man who went viral on TikTok for veneer transformations is now in the Fulton County Jail.
Good evening. I'm George Estevez in for Justin Pharma.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Stouffer. Authorities say the man is not a dentist and never has been, and they say he's been putting patients at risk. In a Channel 2 Action News exclusive, consumer investigator Justin Gray is live in Northeast Atlanta after going along with investigators who raided the business. Justin.
Yeah, these are the 8 felony criminal warrants. Investigators still there at this hour. They called this Operation Toothache, and a deputy district attorney figured out what was going on here by seeing a viral TikTok. Investigators raided what looks like a high-end dental practice in Northeast Atlanta. Check out social media. You see the specialty of A-List Smiles Atlanta, veneers.
It does look reputable, it does look professional, and that's part of the scam.
To his 157,000 Instagram followers, Brandon Dillard promoted himself as Atlanta's top veneer specialist and trainer. But he's not showing off that expensive smile in this booking photo on 8 felony charges, including practicing dentistry and medicine without a license and theft by deception. Is Brandon Dillard a dentist?
Brandon Dillard is not a dentist. He's never been a dentist, and as much as he may want to play one on Instagram, he is not one.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis tells me only licensed dentists can do this kind of work in Georgia. But Dillard has been operating here for years in plain sight.
If you went to this and you thought it was a dental office and you looked at the equipment, it appears to be legitimate. But that's what the best fraudsters do, is they do everything they can to make themselves look legitimate. And in this case, this is an illegitimate operation. The problem is the consequences are to one's health.
Brandon Dillard also showed off his veneer training course on social media, where for $6,000 he taught people from around the country to be a veneer specialist. But there is no such thing legally as a veneer specialist or tech in Georgia.
They were enticing people to come in to take these classes so that you could get rich too, but you were getting rich doing something that's completely illegal.
Patients showing up here expecting to have dental work instead found police. They say that people don't have a license and they're just arresting them all.
You a blood clot. Where my money at? What you talking about?
DA Willis says patients are not only the victims of monetary fraud, but their health is at risk here too.
We have had dentists not just locally, but from outside of the state also come and report that they were concerned about their patients who had received services at this location and the long-term effects of damages.
And the district attorney's office wants to hear from both patients and students of Brandon Dillard. DA Willis tells me right now they don't consider those people who were given their technician or specialist certificates as criminals. They consider them victims. But if they keep practicing, then they could be charged criminally as well. The DA says they want to hear from anybody. They've set up an email address for those folks. We put a link to that on our website at WSBTV.com.
So you guys saw that news clip, and as you can see, they are charging this boy with a RICO act, basically like organized crime type charges. And because he thought that he could just literally go set up in Atlanta and make money because he advertised his business on Instagram. People came to Instagram. Most people want beautiful smiles. He did it for a lower price than the actual dentist would charge. And he really thought he can build a legitimate business behind doing something completely illegal, which is putting veneers on top of rotten or unkept teeth, because that's literally what they are. The people who are so-called veneer techs are not actual dentists. As a matter of fact, a veneer tech isn't even real. It's not even a real thing. But ultimately, they are successful short term, yet still successful, because there are so many people who are looking for the easy, fast, cheap way out. And because of that, these people will always be in business. Now, I don't know how this is going to affect this man. I don't know how much money he has made between January of 2021 and today's time, but I'm pretty sure it's probably over $1 million. If he was able to open an entire store and have all this equipment, I'm pretty sure he was making a pretty good penny. And you know what sucks about this is the people who are coming to him, a lot of them can't afford to go to the actual dentist and get the veneers the right way. But ultimately, you're putting yourself at risk, but you want to feel good about yourself. You want to look good, and especially in a society where everything is about the look, literally. And then he's got other people training them as if this is an actual legitimate thing, giving them certificates. Like, it's not funny, but it's funny to even sit here and watch, because He's ruining people's lives. We've talked about this on this channel before about veneer techs. We talked about the horrible things that happens down the line because like any plastic surgery, it never lasts forever. And what happens is a lot of these people, their mouths get the swelling and rejecting this stuff. And most dentists won't even touch it due to the fact that they don't want to be liable for anything happening because you decided to go somewhere that's cheap. It's ridiculous and it sucks. I went to this guy's Instagram page because reading the article, seeing the charges, and hearing the news clip, I wanted to see for myself. And this is what I found. All these people, smiles galore. I'm not going to lie. Some of them look good. Some of them didn't even need the dental work. They didn't even need the veneers. But I understand the psychology of social media. And most people are, for lack of a better term, like followers. They're sheep and they're followers. And they're going to do what everybody else is doing. But for the ones who literally were insecure about their smiles and they thought, hey, well, I can't afford to go to an actual dentist. This guy does them for a cheaper price. They're not thinking about the long-term effects of what can go wrong with these veneers. They're just not. And, you know, it sucks because my heart goes out to some of these people because they all are victims, but especially the ones who really felt like they were at a crossroads or they had nowhere to turn but to a veneer tech, because a lot of people don't read. A lot of people don't do research. They just go and pay their money. And then they find out later on like this, that these people aren't licensed to actually practice these things. They're not. I mean, we've seen this with the BBL epidemic. We've seen this with all types of stuff. I saw this whole new wave of new teeth coming in. Everybody has veneers. It's almost like you can't even find a natural smile anymore. You question everybody's teeth, just like we questions everybody's rear end during the BBL era. And just like the BBL era is going out of style, this too shall pass. And just like the BBL era, you'll be stuck with piano-sized teeth in your mouth with no way to get them out. You guys, this is ridiculous. And the scam of it all is even more ridiculous because, like I said, he's operating in bad faith and also doing illegal practices in order to make a quick buck. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And to make matters worse, what these guys do is they go get these faux celebrities, and I mean faux, heavy on the faux, meaning these Z-list reality TV stars like Roly Poly, and they get them to do all these advertisement and things of that nature, and that draws more people in. I get it. They're just making bags. They're just getting their money. But they are a part of this whole situation of getting people to come in and pay this money to have these people put these piano teeth on their mouth. It's ridiculous. It's sad and it's sick. And you got to be twisted to do something like this to a whole bunch of people. But it's all a part of the pyramid scheme. I mean, you look at other faux Z-list reality stars like Tia Kemp, and she's not even really a reality star. We know that her whole signature is her teeth. All she does is lick her teeth, lick her teeth, lick her teeth. And she was even one of the brand ambassadors for this whole line of toothpaste and tooth or teeth products or whatever he has. And that gives the false image to the public that she has had work done by this A-list Dillard guy. And the facts of the matter are she did not. I know it's a rumor going around right now that, oh my God, she got her teeth done over there. Her and Roly, they're so dumb. They're so this, that, and the third. But what's crazy is although Roly Poly did go and get her teeth done by him, Tia Kemp did not. But it's not even in a good way because Tia Kemp is claiming that she spent $100,000 over in another country to get hers, and they're porcelain. And when I think of porcelain, I think of glass. But she's not really liking the fact that people are linking her to this so-called A-list dentist. And my thing is, well, why are you doing all the brand ambassador for it? Like, why are you a brand ambassador if you're not, like, people are going to automatically link you. I want to show you guys this video of Tia talking about her work and how she paid all this money to get her teeth done. Check it out.
I hate that tongue you do. Your daddy don't. And if these I got in my mouth, you had them cost that motherfucking much and them many days to lay over in Colombia and damn near died. Them was drilling and skrilling and shooting over, came up and me left the right hole. You over here licking them too. Cause ho, I am proud of them. Your daddy spent the bag. go way back. And these ain't the number 2s. They porcelains, whore. So when you go get your estimate for your mammy or you make sure you tell them no composites. Okay? Because you could call them Stevie D. Harvey, Horsey Dorseys, but bitch, they are right. I am not the regulars. Do you hear me? I don't know who these hoes going to. Bitch, I would get closer. They will break like motherfucking a porcelain glass doll face. I don't know if you know the difference, baby girl. These ain't screw-ins, pull-outs to the motherfucking drop tops like fucking dunks, ho. Let me tell you something. I'm sick of you talking about what the fuck you like and don't like. I don't like you. How about that? Let me see, DM me your body right the fuck now, because I want to see it. Without your waist shape of shit and all that shit on. Look like a bulletproof vest when you got on clothes. Because I see the layering under it.
So there we have Tia Kemp talking about she going to another place to get her teeth done. And let me tell you something. Spending $100,000 on a smile is not a flex. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, Lord. I was blessed with beautiful teeth, in my opinion. And I've never had a desire to want veneers or even go and even get any type of like crazy dental work done. But if I were in a position where I was unhappy with my smile, I would have to be extremely rich. I'm talking wealthy to spend $100,000 on teeth. And then she's talking about how they're porcelain and they're different. I mean, I don't really know the difference in porcelain versus the caps or whatever the other things are, but she's flexing like, girl, don't play with me. I spent all this money. And I'm over here saying that's still a loss. That's still a lose. Like, you're not up because you spent $100,000 on your teeth. Maybe that's why she's overdoing the Auntie podcast so she can get that money back. Who knows? But thank God she came back alive, because we all know how it is getting surgeries overseas. It's a whole lot of stuff going on over there, and they are not to be trusted for the most part. Anyway, you know what I mean? But ultimately, we are in an age of microwave surgeries, and if anybody is in the limelight, they tend to fall victim to thinking that they have to have these perfect bodies, these perfect smiles, and everything has to be perfect simply because they are on television or any type of social media. Now, as it pertains to Rolly has always been insecure about her body and everything else. And to see her go down and get these veneers, I'm pretty sure just like her BBL, she was probably duped and not done correctly, because Rolly does not do research on anything. I think when it comes to Rolly, she's just so engulfed in wanting to look better and fit in with a group of girls. And the sad part about this is Rolly will never, no matter what she does, she'll never look like those girls that she's aspiring to look like. But like I said, she was one of the victims who went and got her veneers done. I'm pretty sure there was probably some promo stuff going where she didn't either pay for it or pay all for it. But ultimately, here's another surgery Rolly's going to have to be worried about here shortly in the future, because she doesn't know how this is going to work for her. She doesn't know how long term this is going to affect her, you know? And the biggest thing about this whole thing is the health implications. Like, you don't know how your body or your teeth are going to reject these things. This is why it is very important not to just go on social media and think, okay, let me go and get this because it's hot here or because a lot of people are doing it. Because these people get paid to deceive you. All of these so-called brand ambassadors and these people who do all these advertisements, they're getting something out of it to get you to spend your hard-earned money. Now, as it pertains to this Brandon Dillard guy, what he has been doing in Atlanta is extremely dangerous, because people don't understand that your teeth are literally connected to all of your health in your body. And for him to just be throwing caps and veneers on top of teeth, and there's a whole process that has to be done prior to a veneer or cap or anything being placed on top of people's teeth, that shows a lack of care for other people. It shows I found something that I can make a lot of money in and I'm going to go full speed ahead. But I think opening an actual business and having an actual like storefront, for lack of better terms, I think that's where he messed up. Now, I wanted to get into it's on site. So a lot of people didn't know this, myself included, but On Site had already done a story on their Instagram talking about how Brandon was doing illegal dentistry in Atlanta, and he actually sent them a cease and desist, causing them to have to remove the post. So they've just reposted and they said this: "We tried to warn y'all back in April, but felonious Veneer tech Brandon Dillard had his attorney hit us with a cease and desist. Now look." Y'all, this is crazy. Let's get into this cease and desist. So I won't be able to get into the entire cease and desist, but I do want to read some of it to you. So on the very first page, it shows that it was sent via email, and it says cease and desist defamatory statements falsely accusing A-List Cosmetics LLC, DBA, A-List Smiles of criminal activity, and notice of forthcoming litigation if defamation continues. It says, "Dear Miss Alley, the Elevation Law Firm LLC represents A-List Cosmetics LLC, DBA, A-List Smiles based in Atlanta, Georgia, and it has come to the attention of our firm that you recently posted statements online that were digitally defamatory and factually incorrect, which falls within the scope of libel under the defamation doctrine promulgated under both Georgia law pursuant to Georgia Code 51-5-1. We have been informed that you have been maliciously spreading inaccurate and unfounded information that is damaging to our client's personal and professional character. Therefore, we are formalizing the request to delete and discontinue any defamatory statements immediately regarding A-List Cosmetics LLC by the way of this cease and desist." So as you can see, if you look through the cease and desist, he had an actual law firm represent him as if On Site was making false statements and lying on him, saying that he wasn't licensed and shouldn't be practicing dentistry. Like, this is ridiculous. You can't make this stuff up. But you know what it does teach me as well? That you can form an LLC out of anything, even if it's a scam. Because the audacity of this guy to send these people this doggone cease and desist as if they're just straight up lying on him is next level. It's extremely next level, and I never thought I'd see it, where the scammers get so comfortable, they just feel like they can have a cease and desist and threaten to sue you for exposing them. Because that's literally the only way he would be able to sue them, or even think in his mind he'd have a chance of suing them, because he would be getting exposed, not because they would be lying on him. I mean, look at him. He looks like a real dentist, and there are real people there learning how to be scammers. Like, I don't even know if they know this. Like, you're literally being taught how to scam. And the unsuspecting clients, and honestly, I gotta be honest, I wanna say that the clients are unsuspecting, but they know. There's some level of question to ask about a person who's charging significantly less than the actual dentist. You gotta know that there's something not right with that. Even if you didn't think he was a doctor, even if you thought he was a doctor, you have to know that if veneers cost $30,000 and there's a guy who's only charging $2,500, there's probably something wrong with that. So I want to say the victims are unsuspecting, but something in my spirit tells me they're not real, like, unsuspecting, or at least as unsuspecting as I think they are. It's ridiculous, but ultimately, this is a trend that has to stop. Getting surgeries and things from social media has to stop. I don't care what's going on, what's popping, what's trending. We as people have to start to think for ourselves. Because when we do not think for ourselves, we are being led into the lion's den. Or in this particular instance, into the dentist's office that's not run by a real dentist. And the fact that they get these fake celebrities to come on and do all this advertisement is how they're able to stay afloat. It's literally the only sole reason why these people are successful in their so-called fields. And I mean, it's not like we haven't seen this before. This guy, I did a video on him about 4 months ago. He being a so-called licensed veneer tech. Unfortunately, he was unalived here recently. So my condolences to the family. But he's another person that was extremely successful offering courses to learn how to become a veneer tech when a veneer tech doesn't even exist. It's shameful at this point, but I'm really starting to see a trend. These are handsome, nice-looking men, and they're able to get these people to think that they are trustworthy. And it's not just men, it's women too. But they're able to kind of go into these positions and make people think that they're trustworthy. It's sick. This is a cold, cold world, I'll tell you that. Now, as it pertains to Tia Kemp, like I said earlier, she did not like that people were going around saying that she got her dental work done from the A-list dental guy, even though she's all up in the videos, all up in the commercials. And she did her response earlier. Now, there was a girl on TikTok who responded to Tia, and she made so much sense. I wanted to let you guys hear her response to Tia being upset that people are linking her with this guy or to this guy. Y'all check this out.
Why would you do a commercial with a veneer tech that does not do porcelain veneers and can't shave teeth when you got your veneers done by a real dentist? Your mouth was numb, they prepped your teeth, you have porcelain veneers on your teeth. He doesn't offer any of those services. He does composite veneers illegally with no exam, no x-rays, no follow-up, and he's not a dentist. So you're partnering with him, and then you get mad at people when they say that you got your veneers done by him and your veneers do not look like teeth. Your veneers look like crowns. Your veneers look like veneers. But when you say that you spend so much money on teeth, why wouldn't they look like real teeth? I hate the commercial. I don't like the idea of it. I don't know how many people bought that toothpaste that they're selling. I want to know how much he paid her to do that.
You know, shout out to this young lady. I absolutely love her response because it's kind of like, how you gonna get mad that people think you went to him to get your dental work done when you all up in the commercials? It doesn't make sense. And then he's selling toothpaste. Lord knows what that could be leading to. Where is he getting this from? Like, is he working with the chemist to come up with this stuff? Like, oh my God, this is a train wreck. In Black America, we got to start doing better. Like, we cannot continue to go down the road we've been going. We have to start doing better. There has to be something better down the road for this. Like, I mean, Tia Kemp, the girl who got online and started cursing out her baby father, who's Rick Ross, that's who y'all are letting. Oh my God, this is insane. This is insanitary at this point. I made the word up, but this is crazy to me. I don't get it. Now I want to get into some other responses on these veneer tech situations from TikTok. You guys take a look at this and I'll come back for some final commentary.
I'm not trying to be dramatic and I'm not trying to put down veneer techs, but like, people are just not thinking 2 steps ahead, because once these are on, who's going to take them off? Like, this guy has decay all over his teeth and he got composite veneers placed right on top by a veneer tech. And I'm not hating on it because it's a pretty dramatic change, but yo, those are just plastered on top of decay. We don't do that. That can cause so many problems and infections. You will be hard pressed to find a real licensed dentist who can pick up a handpiece to remove these, because it's just Pandora's box. So all these people who are getting composite veneers that will stain, I guarantee you, within 5 years, who's going to take them off for you? Because those same veneer techs are going to be nowhere to be found because they don't have a license to operate. They have no license. A veneer tech is not an actual certification. It's a made up certification. Because it's made up, they can't do the things that dentists do, like pick up handpieces and drill off old arts and crafts and take x-rays and make sure there are no cavities. They have no liability. To anyone who's had these composite veneers done, I honestly just feel bad because these are not easy to take off. Like, you do not want some random person zooming in with their Dremel and just removing and hacking away without water, which can overheat the teeth if you're going at high speeds. They don't have the precision and experience with drilling to stop at enamel. This is just my warning to you guys. It's just a bad idea. It's not a good idea. This veneer tech thing might be the deal of a lifetime until 5 years later and you got to get it removed by a real dentist.
What on earth is going on with this whole veneer tech situation? This is literally ludicrous. If you guys are not yet on veneer tech TikTok, oh my God. To catch you up to speed, there are certain people offering 2-day courses on how to do veneers on real people, and then they're offering these certificates for veneer techs, which is not a real position at all. And these people are going out there and literally destroying mouths. I went to UCLA for dental school, which is a 4-year accredited program, and during that time, you're pretty much either learning about dentistry or practicing dentistry 24/7 for 4 entire years. I know that might seem crazy, but you literally have that much to learn. There is no way on earth that you can learn everything that you need to know about veneers in 2 days. I feel so bad for the people who are being misinformed and lied to and being treated by these veneer techs. Now, some of the people online are saying, you know, oh, it's too expensive to go to a dentist, this and that, blah, 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 and the veneer techs are offering better deals. But let me tell you something. All of this black and brown tooth structure, these are cavities. If you put any sort of a material over a cavity, what you're doing is you're trapping in an infection. The only place for the infection to go then would be down the root of the tooth and into the bone area. That quite literally is going to cause irreversible damage to the tooth structure, and getting that fixed by an actual licensed dentist is going to cost so much more than these veneer techs will charge for their veneers. Though it's fun to have a nice looking smile, it definitely can contribute to your overall confidence as a person. The most important thing is to have a healthy smile. Getting veneers done by a veneer tech where they're trapping in cavities and infection and not considering your overall periodontal health is quite literally the opposite of having a healthy smile. Now, going to a licensed dentist and getting your veneers done, it can be quite pricey, but it's pricey for a reason. The other thing to remember is that getting your veneers done is not a necessity. It's quite literally a luxury procedure. You do not need veneers to have a healthy mouth. And in fact, in a lot of cases, you need to have meticulous oral hygiene in order to keep your veneers healthy. I actually don't know how this is happening and how it's allowed to continue, but I hope that all of this comes to an end very soon. And don't even get me started on people who are doing braces in their garage. Oh my God. If you're a victim of getting your veneers done by a veneer tech, please go see your local dentist ASAP to see what you can do about your situation.
Hey, what's up, TikTok? Y'all, it's Dr. Q. Y'all, we have another veneer horror story from a veneer tech or unlicensed dentist, something, but watch this. This is the patients before. Take a look at this. You can't be real. Like, there were so many things we needed to address. Y'all, take a look up the up-close video of his smile. Y'all, we about to do the perfect transformation. Watch this. This is Black Boy Joy right there. This is what your veneers are exactly supposed to look like. Like, look at that. This is the perfect smile. Something that fits his lip line, his facial structure, something that brings light into his face, y'all. This is one of my favorite cases. They look good.
Can you steak?
No,
Yeah, you can eat steak. You can eat steak for sure. Yeah, go on.
Hey, look, I can eat steak too now.
It looks good, bro.
All right, so y'all just heard those doctors or those dentists. We saw at least one dentist that does work where he's recovering these people's teeth from horrible veneers. But the facts of the matter are, you may not be in a situation where that can be your outcome, and you're gonna pay more by trying to go cheaper. And it's unfortunate because this young guy is sitting in jail right now. Now, we've gotten a whole bunch of reports as it pertains to the update on this case, and so far, your boy was denied bail. According to Twitter, it says, "We were there at Fulton County Jail today as a judge denied bond for the man running an illegal dentistry operation specializing in veneers, Brandon Dillard. We learned he was previously sent a cease and desist letter from the state dentistry board he allegedly ignored." So wait a minute, the state dentistry board sent him a cease and desist? And instead of quitting, he was riding there sending on site a cease and desist. Girl, you can't make this up. You literally can't make this up. And according to the neighborhood talks, it says it looks like Brandon Dillard is going to have to sit this one out until after his trial. A Fulton County judge denied bond for the alleged fake dentist being charged with making over $4 million by performing veneer installations without a proper license. Wait, $4 million? Wow. It goes on to say Judge Holly Hughes told Dillard she believed there was a danger he would continue to perform the procedures if he was released on bond. "I do believe he posed a risk And the risk isn't necessarily he's out there with a gun shooting people. Risk is also when you are practicing medicine or dentistry without the proper license. Prosecutors say Dillard was sent a cease and desist letter by the state dental board earlier this year, but continued to perform the veneer procedures. Yo, this is crazy. And you know what? I'm inclined to go with the judge. I mean, you would have to be extremely arrogant and cocky, but I feel like for some odd reason, he's one of those guys that he would continue to practice because, I mean, he's successful at it. It's kind of like, y'all remember the Nigerian dude who had the whole practice in Atlanta, and he was actually successful too. So, I mean, I'm with the judge. I think he'd still continue to do veneers. Yo, this is crazy. But you know, there's a moral to all of this. And I'm hoping everybody out here who listens to this or is watching this video can understand where I'm coming from. It's not about hating or trying to stop people's progression or anything. It's about what's right and what's wrong. You cannot do these things and get away with them. You cannot put plates or whatever it is, caps and porcelain and all this stuff on top of people's teeth without the proper dental care. I know dentists are expensive. I know people want to look good and feel good. There's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes you either have to just be you or do things the proper way, because these celebrities and these fake dentists and fake doctors and fake this and fake that can literally cost you long-term health consequences and financial ones. You guys, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about all of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on all platforms, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.